Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, here we go again. The guys that like the thumbs in, the hats on in the house. Here we go. We were already cutting it up before we went on to so everybody's in good spirits. Got a new setup. Chris is looking professional. I like it. He's turned into maybe a full-time guy with a setup like that. You never know. But so lots to talk about, stuff in the works. Got maybe a new sponsor, talking to Goon Guard mouth guards. They make sports mouthpiece for adults and kids. So stay tuned for that. Maybe next week we'll have something. So Ed, I'm going to let you jump right in with your segment this week. We're going to alter it a little bit. I'm going to let you guys kind of run with this one. Go ahead, Ed. Take it away.
Yeah, so this is Ed's email, sponsored by the Brock Street Brewing Company, Whitby, Ontario, Canada. All right, I'm cutting it right there. We need the space tonight. We're not going email. We're not doing anything like that. We're going straight to what happened today at 11:30 Central Standard Time.
Ed became a single man.
Yes, I am.
Good.
We're going with how Florida State got knocked out of the national championship hunt, and that is completely wrong. I'm kicking it to you boys. I'm going to be the caboose on this. I'm kicking it to whoever wants to go first. Unacceptable.
Right. Go ahead.
Typical Ed, going for the caboose.
Only fans.
Shining it up, baby. Shining it up.
Yeah, Tom, take it. We'll go Tom, Chris, Brad, and then back to Ed.
All right. Normally I'd be all for the team that was undefeated but without their starting quarterback, they have no chance against any of these four teams. They even if their backup quarterback, he has a concussion, even if he can't, he's got plenty of time to come back, but even with him, I don't think they have any chance at him. I think, to be honest with you, I think Oregon or Georgia should have been ahead of both of those teams. Ahead of Florida State, to be honest with you. If they're going for the four best teams, you can't tell me that Georgia and Oregon aren't better than Florida State as Florida State's constituted right now.
Oregon lost twice, dude.
Yes, to the same team, to the team that's
doesn't matter. They lost twice.
If that's the case, that Alabama shouldn't be in because they lost to Texas.
I agree.
Four best teams.
So many things I want to say.
Brad, go ahead. Somebody let it rip. Come on,
Brad, take it.
All right, it's college football. First of all,
Brad, you need to load that shit up, bro. Come on.
Listen, if we're going to say wins and losses matter.
Come on, Brad.
If we're going to say wins and losses matter, we got to look at strengths of schedule. All the teams at the top, Michigan had 2 quality wins. I'll give them a maybe on the Penn State. They definitely beat Ohio State. They deserve a spot in there. Who the hell did Washington play?
They beat Oregon twice.
They beat Oregon. Okay. Who the hell did Alabama play?
SEC is the best conference in football.
Who did Georgia play?
That's right.
Nobody. Who did Florida State play? Absolutely nobody. Had to go to OT to even beat an unranked Clemson, for crying out loud. If they want to be an undefeated team in the top 4 for playoff contention for a chance at the Natty, schedule some non-conference teams that are worth a damn. Stop schedule, and this goes for the whole college football, not just Alabama and Georgia, because Georgia didn't play. Georgia played absolutely nobody.
The referees affected that game. That was wrong.
That's always a ref's problem, though, man. But Georgia didn't play nobody. Alabama didn't play nobody, right? They didn't play quality opponent until they met in the conference championship. Also, what the hell is the point of a conference championship?
So you're telling me
you can't be a
Miss
one-loss team and win your conference championship against the top-ranked team in college and get pushed into number 4 to the number 4 spot, then what's the point of going to that game? Every Alabama kid should have skipped the bus that day. They should have skipped it. Why go to that game if it means nothing? We want an undefeated team in the Final Four. Okay, ask TCU how that worked out for them last year. Go ask them. They got their asses whooped, right? Honestly, I think Alabama's going to win it all. We gave them a foot in the door. This would be another Alabama championship year. I'm going to say it right now.
Roll
I
Tide.
don't think the other teams up there can beat them. I don't think they can beat. I hate Alabama. Washington didn't play nobody. Michigan barely, they beat Ohio State. I'll give them one quality win. The rest of their schedule sucks, dude. You know who should be in the Final Four? Ole Miss. They had a tough as nails schedule. Put Ole Miss in there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Chris.
Chris?
Right, listen, yeah, I mean, first time ever undefeated in the Power 5 conference not to make it. It's pretty wild. Florida fans, you're going to be pissed off, but guess what? College Football Playoff Committee made the right call. As Brad said, with the strength of schedule, very important. They picked the best 4 teams. I think they did a great job. Losing the quarterback, they weren't going to stand a chance in there. Good job to the College Football Playoff Committee, right? Thank you.
Ed, you want to come on, Ed? Put a cap
How'd you think I afforded the setup?
Come on. No, I really do believe that Florida State, they really were done a disservice. Like, look, you run the table, college football. Like, the thing about it is that you went 13-0. You ran it all. Brad, I hear your point. Not going to disagree with you on that. But the bottom line is like, look, they ran the table, and they beat a Louisville team that was in the top 20 offense, and they shut them down to 6 points last night. So I mean, the thing about it is, do I believe that Michigan #1? Absolutely, yeah. Do I believe that Alabama should jump everybody else? Should they beat Texas? Absolutely. Texas shouldn't be in. Do I think that Georgia should be in there because they lost to Alabama? And do I feel like that the referees affected that game? Absolutely. That horse collar tackle that I believe that happened in the second quarter, not horse collar. That was a 15-yard penalty. That changed part of the complex, that part of the game. Wrong, totally wrong. I don't agree with it. So the thing about it is that it was about money. Texas jumped. You could tell all day yesterday the way everything was going. And I mean, the thing about it is that I just don't think that it's right. Do I think that Washington's undefeated? Should they be in? Absolutely. They beat Oregon twice. Look, Oregon's a great football team, and the thing is that on Friday night they started slow. So bottom line is that 3 out of the 4 teams that are in should be in. I don't believe that Texas should be in, even though that they beat Alabama. And I think that when you beat #1, like Alabama did, you jump Texas. Florida State. You were undefeated. You deserve to keep that #4 spot, period. That's my thoughts.
I think this is going to be a catalyst for the over the next couple of years where they're going to start. You're going to have more schools now say, let's go to a 12-team tournament. Let's go to an 8-team tournament like the lower divisions do. I think this could be what they're aiming for.
This jump starts into what they're doing next year anyway, into the 12 teams. So, I mean, I mean, it solves that whole problem. And but you really feel bad for those kids. Like, look, these kids, they're owned by the universities, even with the NIL stuff that they have going on now. Yeah. I mean, they're on 1-year contracts, pretty much. The schools own them. They're working out in the spring, through the summer, and into the fall. And to see all the hard work go for nothing, that's pretty sad when you really think about it. I mean, if we take all the shtick away from it, really, it's really sad. Kids that went 13-0, they won the championship game, and they're sitting home on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, maybe next year they'll schedule some tough non-con opponents. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there is that. So what you're telling me is that Alabama, when they played Ole Miss, that wasn't a non-talented schedule.
Hey, we're ranked top 15 all season, buddy. Go look at Florida State schedule.
I'm
not one ranked
baby.
opponent.
I'm asking a question.
They had not one ranked opponent all season. Not one.
I mean, just because they went 67 and 76 doesn't mean anything. Come on,
give me a break. They played 0 ranked opponents all season. Give me a break. Cry about it. Schedule some tough opponents. And I'm saying that for all teams. You want to have.
Yeah, but how about Alabama almost losing to Auburn last week in the Iron Bowl?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, these teams won't go schedule. These top tier teams, not Mississippi State, Jesus Christ, Ohio State, Michigan, even Clemson in their heyday, Washington, Bama, Georgia, they're not going to schedule top tier teams in their non-cons, because if they get beat, that one loss knocks them out of the championship.
That's I mean, the thing about
they need a better playoff schedule. First of all, conference championships need to be done away with. Conference championships are dumb. They don't mean shit. They don't determine shit. Get rid of a conference championship. They need to have a true playoff system. True playoff system where the top teams go. Top teams go. That's it. Take the top 12 teams. You're in, period. Bump your stupid conference championship. It doesn't mean anything. Take the top 12 teams. And I looked at a projection based off this year's rankings of a 12-team playoff. Guess what? It's still going to wind up probably being Georgia, Alabama, Washington and Texas or something like that, based off what I looked at. Like, there's no way around it, man. And unless you want the teams to be more evenly stacked throughout college football, then it's always going to be like this. It's always going to be those 8 or 10 teams dominating the championship. And
but the thing is that it all goes back to what Chris and Tom said. The SEC is the best conference in football, period. I mean, but the thing about it is, Brad, from a true coaching standpoint, you can't play cameras every week. You can't do it. Even it all goes back to even high school stuff. Even in your own league in high school, you don't play hammers every week. You just don't. You need there's naturally going to be people in your schedule that are not going to be quite as good. And I mean, and the thing about it is like, if you use Ole Miss or Alabama, LSU, all those teams, like there's going to be some schools in there that they're on the downslide for a year or two, and then or when they scheduled these things 5-6 years ago, like they had a really good football program. Coach moves on, program takes a different direction. There's that. So I mean, there's that piece too. So I mean, I don't think there's ever an easy answer. I do feel like going next year,
it's screwed.
Yeah. Well, next year it's going a 12-team thing, and there's still going to be problems next year too, because there's going to be a team like Tulane that they lose in the conference championship. They're like 11-2, and they're not going to go.
No, Florida State's only convincing win of the whole season was beating LSU at the beginning of the season. It went on to be a 3-loss team.
But LSU was a highly ranked team at the beginning of the year. So how
at the beginning of the year, and it hurts their favor because LSU wound up sucking balls the rest of the season. Then their next big win was like a 15 or 16 ranked Duke. And I get it; they can't schedule bangers every week, but when you're scheduling Southern Miss, Boston College, they beat an unranked Clemson, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Pitt, North Alabama.
Okay, the only one I have a problem with is North Alabama.
They beat Louisville. They beat Louisville. I'll give them that. But
I mean, the thing is like Boston College, Virginia Tech, they're good football schools. How can you fault something? Clemson's a great football school. They're on a down year. How can you fault that? Same thing with
honestly, I think the ACC and the Pac-12 shouldn't be allowed to contend for the championship anyway. Both those conferences fucking suck.
Well, there is that.
We could probably fill up the whole half an hour with you guys. I think my takeaway from this is Brad needs to watch more college football. That's all I'm saying.
I only watch one team and one conference. The rest are irrelevant.
Ed, we're gonna stop it right there because
that's fine. Just remember, BrockStreetBrewingCompany.com, Brock Street Brewing Company, Whitby, Ontario, Canada. Check them out. Check out that. I believe we got some hats coming in, don't we? We got hats from Scotty.
They've been on order since the last time we saw her.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see that the supply chain is working well there in Canada.
Yes. It's tough getting stuff over the border these days. So, Tom,
roll tide.
Let's move on and do some shitty picks, Tom.
All righty.
Stop being so cheap.
Gotta tell you, my pick this week was pretty shitty. I got freaking coach for Miami, McDaniel, kind of screwed me. I took Mostert. He did have 12 points for me. He had 43 yards rushing and a touchdown, but he played Devin Achane a ton more, and he's the one that had the huge day. So I only ended up with like 12 points. But this week, I'm a sucker, so I'm going with Tua Tagovailoa next week against Tennessee. Tennessee's passing, their secondary sucks. I think Tagovailoa and I think it doesn't even matter, Tyreek Hill or the other guy, Waddle, they're going to have huge games. So I think Tua's going to have the huge game.
Absolute blowout.
So buy a shirt, right?
Buy the shirt.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of shirts, what's the shirt that you got on this week, Tom? You want to bring some attention to that?
Feliz Natal de Fantasma Portuguese. This is a message. Portuguese Phantom says Merry Christmas.
Chris, you want to translate that for all our bilingual watchers at home?
Yeah. Merry Christmas, from the famous Portuguese Phantom. There we go.
Chris, just want to say this. Love the setup. I love the microphone. The only thing that you need is a Portuguese flag above the background. That's what you need.
I still got the one from the Portuguese feast. So I'll get it up out of the basement for next time.
Love it.
Oh, this show's going off the rails this week, and I thought it was going to be.
I knew it was going to be spicy as soon as we said we were changing the email.
Yeah, just that's going rogue. Screw with the format. Then he creates animosity.
I go rogue. That's what I do.
It had to be discussed.
So I gotta go rogue.
Great, time for some football picks or what?
Yes, sir. Week 14 coming up. Going into this week, Ed is leading with a 112-68 record. I'm right behind him, 110-70. Brad is in third, 101-79. Andy, you're 99-81, and Chris is 16-12.
I'm working on my comeback.
You're coming back.
She was asking me how she did last week. How did Nikki do?
I haven't counted it all up yet. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
I'll have that. I can have that for, and I'll put it on the website tonight if you want.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So week 14, game 1, crappy game, Thursday night. Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the New England Patriots. Chris.
Yeah, Steelers.
Steelers. All right. Andy.
Go Steelers.
All righty. Ed.
I can't believe I'm even saying this. God.
Just do it.
Stop it. Stop it, Brad. Stop it, Chris.
Do it.
What the hell? Jesus.
I need to hear it, Ed.
Steelers. You heard me the first time, motherfucker.
Brad.
Steelers.
All righty. Game 2, the Atlanta Falcons at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris.
That'll be a good one. I'll go with the Bucks because I need some fantasy points from that team.
All righty. Andy.
Let's go Shitty Birds.
All righty. Ed.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Ed, you know,
All
Lived
right.
in Tampa.
Ed, this isn't like Kramer versus Kramer. You're picking football. He's
Oh, I know.
Sophie's choice over here. Drama.
Brad.
Dirty Bird.
Very
Colin
bird.
Green, you
I'm
wanna
going
speak,
with
Andy?
Atlanta as well. Third game, Chicago Bears at home against the Detroit Lions. Chris.
Lions.
All righty. Andy.
Super Bowl bound Detroit Lions.
He's sticking with it.
Ed.
Webster is gonna walk out that door. I'm telling you right now. So I'm going the Lions.
All righty. Brad.
Although I feel like this is one of those games where Detroit is just going to completely shit the bed and Chicago is going to surprise everybody, I'm still going to pick Detroit.
Yeah, I am too. Clean sweep for the podcast on that one. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Chris.
Colts got a nice win today. They'll get one against the Bengals.
All righty. Andy.
Let's go Bengals on that one.
All righty. Ed.
Well, even though Peyton Manning is not walking out the door, and neither is Edgerrin James, I'm going with the Colts.
All righty. Brad.
Yep, Minshew Magic for me.
Yeah, Minshew over Browning or whoever the heck the quarterback is for Cincinnati in that one.
Right.
Next game, the New Orleans Saints at home against the Carolina Panthers. Chris.
I went with the Panthers for this past week, and they didn't look. It didn't work out so good. It was close, but I'm going with the Panthers again. Come on, they got to get a second win here.
All righty. Andy.
I'll go Saints on that one.
All righty. Ed.
I'm going with the Saints, man. I mean, they did not look great this today in the first half, I assure you.
Brad.
Man, they already booing Derek Carr every time he takes the field, but I'm going to go with who dat.
Yep, me too. Going with them. I think they're just overall better team.
Plus
Next
the Panthers suck that much.
New York Jets at home against the Houston Texans. Chris.
Texans.
All righty. Andy.
I'll go with Chris and go Texans.
All righty. Ed.
Fireman Ed is not going to walk through the door, so I'm going with the Texans.
How about Firebreaker Chip?
Let me tell you something.
Even though Tank Dell broke his fibula, I think they still got plenty of wide receivers and weapons. I'm gonna go with Houston.
I agree. Another clean sweep for the podcast on that one. Next game, Baltimore Ravens at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Chris.
Rams look pretty good today. I thought they were going to take the L, but let's go with the Ravens.
All righty. Andy?
I'll go Ravens.
All righty. Ed?
Quote the Ravens, nevermore.
All righty. Brad?
Rams did look pretty decent today, but I'm still going to stick with Baltimore on this one.
Yeah, I am too. I think Baltimore, even though they've had a few injuries, still think they're one of the better teams in the AFC. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Chris?
Vikings, Dobbs, let's go.
All righty. Andy?
I'll go Vikings too.
All righty. Ed?
Going with the Vikings.
All righty. Brad?
Yep, can't blame Al Davis anymore. Going with the Vikes.
Yeah, I'm going with him. I think Jefferson may be back for that game too for Minnesota, so that'll help Dobbs. Next game, San Francisco 49ers at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Chris.
All right, you guys gave me shit for going against San Fran, and they pulled out a big win against the Eagles. Eagles are really not that great of a team. I think we all kind of figured that out by now. I'm not going against them this time, San Fran.
All righty. Andy?
I'm going with Chris's favorite and the Village People's favorite team, the San Francisco 49ers.
All righty. Ed?
Village people.
Well, Tom Rathman is not walking out that door, but I'm going with the 49ers, and I have to disagree with you, Chris, a little bit. The Eagles not that bad. 49ers just came out really bald today. That's what I have to say.
All right. Brad?
I will agree with you. The Eagles do suck, and the 49ers might be the best team in football right now. I'm going to pick San Fran.
But
If Brock Purdy keeps throwing 300 yards, they're pretty untouchable.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns. That their defense. God bless America. That team is good.
Next game, really good game. Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Buffalo Bills. Andy, not Chris.
Chiefs, them Bills, man. 6-6 is not looking good. They need to step it up.
All righty. Andy.
I'm here to make friends. Let's go Chiefs.
All righty. Ed.
Look, I mean, the Nigerian Nightmare is not playing for him anymore, but I will have to say I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Bills seem like they're on a downslide.
Brad.
Yeah, Bills are sliding hard. I'll go with the Chiefs.
I think it's going to be a closer game than expected, but I think KC will win. Mm-hmm. Next game, Los Angeles Chargers at home against the Denver Broncos. Chris.
Let's go with the Broncos.
All righty. Andy?
Well, I'm going Dan Fouts and the Chargers.
All righty. Ed?
I'm going with that Walmart money, baby. I'm going with the Broncos.
All righty. Brad?
Chargers.
Do it. All right. I am going with Denver in this game. I think Chargers, they can't score against the Patriots. Oh, yeah. I got no use for you. That's bad.
That game ended 6-0.
It's a freaking baseball score, for Christ's sakes.
Oh,
Next
my God.
game. I know Brad's already hyped for this one. Dallas Cowboys at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Chris.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope that the Cowboys beat a good team, but I'm going to go Eagles.
All righty. Andy.
I'm gonna make friends because I don't want Brad to yell at me like he did Ed. So I'm gonna
yell at Ed.
All righty.
Brad and I just talk loud to each other. That's all
we're loud talkers, dude.
Ed.
Going with the Eagles.
All righty. Brad, I'll ask.
I'm not here to make friends.
No love. Cowboys undefeated at home, got a second try. I think the Eagles aren't as good as their record suggests. Really depends on if the refs are going to play fair or not. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Obviously.
1 second before we move on. That's the most stats Brad's had for a matchup in the whole picks this week. He had a whole laundry list when he got to this game.
All righty. I'm going to go with Philly. I think today was a trap game for them. I mean, it was a game they should have been up for, but Dallas is a more important game, so I'll go with Philly. Next game, Miami Dolphins, Sunday night at home against the Tennessee Titans. Chris.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
All righty. Andy.
Fish.
All righty. Ed.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins, and I'm just going to say this because, Tommy, I know this is your team. How in God's name do you have 2 punts blocked in a game? That's what I want to know. You tell me that. Tell me this.
When
I'm going with Lee Corso with the pen here, okay?
when it's fixed.
Lousy team, man. Lousy team. Brad.
Man, I thought Tennessee was going to turn it around when what's his name started, their backup, when Will Levis started, but man, it's not working right now. I'll go with Dolphins.
Yeah, I am too. And Tennessee, they can't catch up to Patriots or Carolina for the first pick, but hopefully they can get in the top 5.
I like Tom's pause on that one. It was like
final game of the week, Monday night. New York Giants at home against the Green Bay Packers. Chris.
Pack.
All righty. Andy?
Green Bay, I guess.
All righty. Ed?
I mean, the Giants put up a heck of a fight against the Patriots, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
All righty. Brad?
We have 2 Monday night games this week?
I'm not sure.
Dolphins,
They may
Packers,
one of them got
Giants?
flexed out, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Didn't the Patriots get flexed out of their Monday night game? Didn't that happen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, ESPN is showing 2 Monday night games so far. The Packers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay too. I think I almost took Jordan Love for my fantasy pick of the week this week, but I held off on it. All right, AC, that's it.
Okay. So we got all the games in, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And
So
then
we got how much time left? We got about 7 minutes left. So Tom, want to do the album of the week intro and mention the Christmas party and the whole deal.
All righty.
Chris, you want to add to going by Purchase Street for a second?
Yeah, not sure. I went by, I met Roger for the first time. Awesome dude. He hooked us up with those tickets. Good guy. We had a little conversation briefly about the podcast stuff. Awesome guy. Nice store in there. The store is gorgeous, man. Records upon records, tapes, CDs, whatever you're looking for. The guy's got shirts hanging everywhere. Stuff for your keychains. Like, the dude's got some good swag in that place. Like I said, good all around dude. Nice store, definitely.
All righty. This week's Record of the Week is brought to you by Purchase Street Records, which is located at 53 Popes Island, Unit 2, New Bedford, Mass. Or you can visit them online at purchasestrecords.com and also on their Facebook page. Purchase Street Records is Southern New England's largest independent record store, and they have their Christmas party coming up. Is it this weekend, Andy?
I think it's the 11th, the weekend of the 11th. Yep.
And I know the tickets are getting scarce, so if you want to go, you better go down there and get tickets as soon as possible because they're getting really low. So check it out.
Hey everybody, Mike from All Sinners. My pick of the week, album that kind of started it all for me. Faith No More, The Real Thing. Kick-ass album.
So we got about 6 minutes left. Quick shout outs. I want to shout out first to our buddy Ed. He's a single man now, guy on the couch. Ladies, if you're looking for somebody, he's available. Hit him up on all of his social media platforms. He's on Tinder. He's on OnlyFans. He's on, oh no, that's what he's got subscriptions to. He's not on it. He's got subscriptions to that. What do you want, Ed? Facebook? MySpace. What's your MySpace location?
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't logged into that in a minute.
Yeah, you got web TV still?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Ed. Take it away.
I got dial-up internet too.
Quick shout out.
So do I.
No, I just want to get a quick shout out. I can't believe that Florida State got kicked out. I want to say thanks to Scotty. Like to thank all the boys down at the mill.
Yep.
I may be working at the Chrysler plant soon.
Yeah, there you go. Tom, anything?
Just want to wish the Portuguese Phantom a Feliz Natal. We're thinking of you, buddy.
We're trying to get him for the 50th episode. That's what I told him, but we'll leave it at that. Chris, you got a quick shout out?
Yeah, we'll give a quick shout out to you. My wife's happy with her jersey. Look at this thing, ladies. Andy hooked it up with a nice pink and black. You gotta love it. 1973 podcast jersey. He designs it himself. Looks sexy. I love it.
Brad,
I like it even better when it's coming off of her,
Oh, kid show. Kid show. Brad, what do you got? You got to follow that up with something.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that since Ed was determined to be a sex symbol not only like 3 episodes ago, why he's not on OnlyFans, I don't know yet. Well, maybe I'll start one for him. I just won't tell him. Florida State, we're back on that at the end. Okay, well, I'll let it slide. And I want to just close on a sentimental note. Little man tried out for his travel ball team, made it, so we're excited about that. It's the next chapter in baseball. Moving on, moving up. Gotta bite the bullet. Gotta do it. So real excited for it. He's excited. So we practiced with the team. He loved it. He met the kids, the coaches, everybody loved him. You know, he's my kid. Of course they love him. He's like a mini version of me, except he has a sweet mullet. So
nice.
But yeah, man. So yeah, we're real excited about it.
The Wisconsin Waterfall, potty in the back, corporate up front.
Yep.
I love it. So just quick mention, we got possibly a sponsor, another sponsor we're going to talk to this week for next week, Goon Guard. They make sports mouthpiece. I'm going to try to get one for everybody that's got a child playing, and they can try them out and give us some feedback. That's what he's looking for, a little R&D, and maybe I'll have the products for for next weekend. So we'll talk more about that. Ed, you want to sign us off this week or what? The single guy on the couch. Come on, Ed. You got something?
Single guy on the couch. Thank you all for coming. You know, the cream always rises to the top. I'm out.
Cream rises to the top.
Yeah, we're all out this week. So big things to come. Christmas season is upon us. So thanks to everybody that watches and keep watching. We're getting bigger every week. Later, guys.
See ya.
Later.